The year was 1776. Corporal Thomas Ashton, a man worn thin by hunger and the biting New England wind, huddled by a meager fire. His company was camped deep in the woods, a temporary respite from the relentless march and the ever-present threat of redcoats. The air was thick with the scent of pine and damp earth. But tonight, something else lingered, a coldness that had nothing to do with the weather. Thomas had heard the whispers among the men, tales of the whispering pines, woods said to hold the restless spirits of those who had fallen on this contested ground long before the current war. He dismissed them as the campfire superstitions, born of fear and exhaustion, until now. A faint light flickered between the trees, too low for a lantern, too steady for a firefly. It drifted closer, and with it came a sound like dry leaves skittering across frozen ground, though there was no wind. Thomas gripped his musket, his knuckles white. The light resolved into a hazy, translucent figure. It wore clothing that seemed ancient, not the homespun of the colonists or the scarlet of the British, but something older, rougher. Its eyes, though indistinct, seemed fixed on Thomas. It didn't speak, not with a voice he could hear, but a feeling, a chilling sorrow seeped into his mind like frost. They fight for land that remembers others, the silent message seemed to convey. Blood soaks the roots, no matter the flag. Thomas couldn't move. The figure raised a spectral hand, pointing not at him, but further into the darkness, towards where the British lines were rumored to be. A wave of profound weariness washed over Thomas, a sense of the futility of their struggle against the ancient grief of the land itself. The figure faded as silently as it had appeared, leaving Thomas alone with the crackling fire and the oppressive silence of the woods. He no longer doubted the whispers. The land held its dead, and they had their own stories to tell. Stories that predated liberty and tyranny. Stories of blood and sorrow that would forever haunt the whispering pines. He slept little that night. The spectral warning etched into his mind.